Far from it. I traveled to that area between the 10th and the 16th of December last year to do some field work focusing on vulnerabilities to violent extremism and radicalization in the 5 northern regions. And the interviews in Nalerugu and around pointed to the enskinment of a new Bawku. That there were activities going on around the palace and amongst the leadership of the Mampusis. So it is impossible for me to think that the government didn't know about this. But there are two possible, pathways. And here my big brother Festus came to me. Either there was no intelligence failure in that sense, that the intelligence was picked up, the analysis done, and then it was sent up the chain of command, but at a certain point was truncated by somebody. Two, okay. When His Excellency the President expresses his disquiet about the possible dangers that this might cause the country, I think the real question that should be asked, particularly knowing and learning from the Yendi crisis, the Dagon crisis, is for him to question who ought to have gotten a handle on this. Where did the intelligence get lost? Because I've spoken to enough of the people on the ground to know that the reports were written and they were sent up the chain. So where did they get truncated? Whose interests are being served? This is no more a Bawku crisis.
Okay. So
this is a Ghana crisis. And it is a Ghana crisis.
Why is it a Ghana crisis?
Because if we had time and I have to disaggregate the multiple interests who are feeding into this thing, they are not only located in the northeast or in Bawku, they are located in Accra. Those who are exploiting the insecurity through trafficking networks are also benefiting. So the kinds of blowback that will happen if this new chief enters Bawku is that no amount of military force will be able to quell the anger and the violence between the Kusasis and the Mampusis.
All right.
Because they've been fighting arms for years.
Okay. So
and they've been waiting for this day.
So what should happen and what should not happen? The Kusasi youth say they know where the people are. They will go arrest this newly enskined and take him together with those who are involved to the police. What do you say?
Well, they should give the intelligence to the police and let the state act. We need to see the state taking the lead and the proactive steps.
They believe the state doesn't mean it. That's why it has not been able to effect any arrest since the announcement.
Then we are looking at war. When we are looking at war between these two groups and that insecure situation being exploited by all kinds of other people.
How do you stop the war? How do you stop the war?
It can only be stopped by the state being responsible and saying, this is why we've been voted into power. This is why we have our security agencies. They are trained. Let's give them the chance to deliver, and they'll be able to deliver. The state must be seen to the work.
Colonel Festus Abuaje,